it's Ashley. I'm not in class today, so I'm presenting via a recording. Um, so I'm going to start with Paige. I know a couple other groups received her as well. Um, I, Paige was not responsive to me at all, so this is what I had to work with. Um, I I know we got lucky, and she did respond to one of the other classmates who shared an old resume with me, um, and a little bit more information, although the information still wasn't the best. So didn't have a whole lot to work with here, but we still tried, and by we I mean me. Um, so I don't know why I'm saying we. Anyway, I'm tired. It's late. Anyway, um, so so this is the resume that I had, and that some of you had as well. And visually, it's appealing, but there's not a whole lot of information on there that employees could look at. It's her skills super easy to pull off, but the actual experience part really difficult to navigate. So for Paige, I actually only created one resume for her, and I felt that creating a resume that would get through a bot would probably be more important for Paige. What she told Amanda was that she does want to be a graphic designer, one that puts more of an emphasis on logo brands and possibly doing marketing eventually, and doing mock-up designs for clients. So this is the bot-proof resume. So yes, it looks plain, but it's all in the verbiage, right? So I did a lot of Googling. It's on ONET quite a bit. Just trying to pull out keywords that the ATS, yes, would it would ding on there, so that way if she went for a Fortune 500 company or anything like that, it would recognize it. I did do Times New Roman, just to keep things concise. And for this one, I chose to do not a professional statement, but more of like an objective statement. While she does have a ton of experience because of Metalcraft Industries and also the creation of her new company, which is a print shop, it's still not necessarily graphic design experience. It's like screen printing and like not like high level trained graphic design experience. So she is taking courses, which you can see down here. She's taking courses through Coursera to get some design experience, and she does plan on going to school to finish her degree in graphic design. But I didn't have additional information on which design course she was taking, and there's actually quite a few UI UX design courses, and they're split up, and yes. So did the best I could here. I've got lucky, and there's actually a layout artist position open at Metalcraft Industries, so I was able to pull out actual like job specifications for that company. And then and I'm noticing that one of the fonts is off there, so I'll have to fix that in a moment. I also had to figure out what an Indigo press operator actually is, which it's really just a press operator. ONET was a huge help with that one. So, but yeah, so seems simple, but honestly, it should go through the bot like pretty easily and happily. Should she use it to apply for any of her jobs this way. And I will be sending her a video just kind of going over this resume. Okay, so that's Paige. So I'm gonna click out of that one. So then I also had, one moment. I had Crystal as well, which is her friend. And Crystal was fantastic to work with. She was super communicative. I actually had to email her a couple times just because I had a lot of follow-up questions. But all great questions. So I really enjoyed working on Crystal's resume, just because she did give me a lot of the specifics, which was nice. And by specifics, I mean just she just answered my questions. I still had to go out there and do a lot of research on my own. So I'll start with her bot resume. So this is the one that I did for the bot. So for this one, I did a professional summary. She is going to be finished with the database engineer certification in May. And, okay, please excuse this. I need to remove the italics from here because I did read that you're not supposed to put that through. So, okay, so ignore that part. Anyway, so she's going to be finished in May. So on this resume, I did a professional summary for her. So in case you can't read it, it says newly certified data engineer, taught and trained by industry recognized experts at Meta, which that is straight from Coursera, by the way. Well, kind of. I mean, the industry recognized experts are. Highly skilled in creating, managing, and manipulating databases while utilizing industry standard programming languages and software. Strong value in ownership of the end-to-end data engineering component of the solution. So what I did with Crystal's resume and to get data, because I didn't want to blow her up and keep asking all the things, I went to ONET and I pulled up data engineering and I took keywords from there. I actually went under Meta's website and they have a data engineering position open. Granted, for a data engineering position, she needs to have a whole bunch of experience. I'm talking well over 5 years, to even get in there, right? So I actually utilized some of what they're looking for in the job description and use their verbiage and threw that in the professional summary and in the skills I wrapped it up as well because they do align. It's just it's the timing thing for her in this situation. And then I also grabbed from Coursera's website, since I actually do know the certification that she's taking there. They specifically list exactly what she is going to be able to do once she completes the certification. And I just reworded some of the verbiage a little bit. After she completes the certification, she actually gets access to a job board of well over 200 companies who have agreed to hire from Coursera, these people who have completed their certifications for data engineering. So it's pretty exciting. Anyway, so I'll keep going through. So skills, again, pulled from Coursera, ONET, and Meta itself. I had to remove quite a few things from her experience. She's done a lot, and she has so much management experience, but I figured if I just kept a few of her tasks on there, they would recognize lead as supervisor or management, and she would be able to explain things a little bit more in depth there. But yeah, so, and I just I reworded things to make it a little bit more concise and, well, to flow. I definitely had to use a thesaurus and a paraphrasing thing online because sometimes I'm not so great at it. And then I put a leadership area down at the bottom because she created uh, this really cool, I forgot what she called it, um, but like this group like at Metalcraft, and honestly, like it is an employee resource group, so I renamed it as that. And but she connects employees to volunteer opportunities, which is really neat. And then she also created an innovation implementation team, and I think that's a really great way to like help with cohesiveness at work because then other employees are getting seen and heard, and so I just think that's a really neat thing to have on your resume, especially whenever you are trying to get hired at a company such as Meta, which if you're not familiar with them, that's like Facebook and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Um, those companies are super collaborative, even as like a software engineer. Uh, you're all working together always. So so this is the bot resume. Then I have the pretty one. So I did not use Canva because for me Canva is difficult. That's just for me, and I'll be honest, I don't have time to learn it right now. So I continue using Word. Whenever I give her her video, I am going to go over how to update her skills, so that way she's aware. So for now, I just plugged this in, and I went over exactly like how great her skills are supposed to be after her certification is completed, because like online it does say you should be proficient in SQL, and so that's why it's like 80% and whatnot. And you can kind of see when they're learning what because they have the courses listed out. So these are guesstimates. Again, I'm going to show her how to update these. Okay, so this one is a little bit different. I did an objective statement in this one instead of the professional summary because she had told me that ideally she would like something part-time so that way she could effectively transition out of her role at Metalcraft. You can tell she really cares about the company and her job there and the employees. So I asked her if she knew if the job boards would have any internship availabilities on them. And she said she wasn't sure just because, she doesn't get access until after she completes her certification. So just in case, I went ahead and completed an objective statement on this one. And I mean, she can utilize it on either one, but this way she at least has access to a professional summary and an objective statement, depending on what she wants to do. And I'll explain to her the difference and why I'm suggesting an internship, based off like the whole part-time thing and like gaining experience. So yeah, and then, I just made it pretty. This this took a lot of work. This guy's a little bit fatter. I'll go ahead and point it out, and I could not for the life of me figure out how to make it skinnier. I kept trying, but I think it still flows, so we're just gonna go with that. I still wanted to include the leadership innovation over here. I just think that's fantastic. And I think it provides extra opportunity for her to expand more on her management skills. She's done a lot, like a lot. And I think that that could be really appealing at Meta or at any company that she goes to as a database engineer or a software engineer or data architect, whichever. So, yeah. So, those are my resumes that I completed. Please feel free to give me all the feedback. I won't send these to the clients until after I guess I hear back. But yeah, thank you for listening, and hope this wasn't too crazy boring. And now I'm going to figure out how to make this stop because I'm not using a program that I'm used to using either. So have a great night, guys. Bye.